We doing good? All right, first of all, I want to say thank you to Justin and Joe for this tremendous opportunity. 1 week or not, I do not take lightly the challenge and the task that I've been called to do and asked to do, and so it's a tremendous opportunity for me. I want to say thank you to Coach Wilson. Coming out of the National Football League and playing, regardless of what level you played at and how high level you played or how good of a player you were, it's always challenging to step out of the playing phase and go into the coaching phase. And Coach Wilson, he entrusted me, took a chance on me, and I'm thankful for that. So I wanted to say thank you to him. Excited about this week. Guys had great juice this morning, changed a couple things up. We went this morning, a lot to be thankful for on a Thanksgiving week, but had a great first day on this bonus Monday, and looking forward to the great week.
Coach, I know you want the seniors to get the best experience possible. It's an unusual situation. How do you go about keeping it as normal as you can so those guys can experience their last week like they want?
Yeah, well, I think that was kind of my main message talking to the kids yesterday and the staff was it's not really business as usual, but it's business as usual. Football is our game, but winning is our business. And my sole focus since I was asked to do this job was the kids and has been the kids, and not just the seniors who may be playing their last game of football, but the great young core that we have, and trying to get them to understand that this is bigger than 1 week for them. Trying to create some great momentum going into the off season. But for those seniors, what it would mean for them, last home game, great opportunity. It's a privilege to play on Thanksgiving week, and for them, I'm trying to get them to understand that I'm sensitive to that, and I know that, and everything in my script this week and my plan and the coach's plan is trying to send these seniors out the right way with what's been a challenging season and trying to get them out of here on a high note.
Michael? So you're very popular on social media. Are you the fastest current Division I head football
coach?
There's
no question. Yeah, there's no question. Even 6 ankle surgeries later, still the fastest.
What was your conversation like with Justin Moore, and what did y'all talk about?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty brief. Just they extended me the opportunity, and I jumped at it. These kind of things don't come around very often, but was very, very, very excited. I mean, I can't overstate that enough. Very excited and very, very honored that they entrusted me to do this, and it was, like I said, it's pretty brief and kind of straight to it.
Given the flux of everything, I mean, one of your roles is recruiting coordinator. What kind of work in that space are you doing this week?
Yeah, we're trying to convey to all the guys that we have committed that we're honoring their scholarships. Our coaching staff is here. I am here. We've got a great class. We signed a great 24 class, and the guys that we have coming in as well add some different pieces, and we're going to do our best to keep that core together. That's the foundation of this program. That's the future of what Tulsa football is the guys that we recruited, the young transfers that we brought in this 25 class. So the goal this week is all of the position coaches have been getting on the phones and communicating with those individuals. I've had great conversations, and really we're just reiterating that we've got a strong foundation here, and we're focused on this week, and we'll let the rest take care of itself. But we're honoring those commitments. We've got a great 25 class. We're trying to keep a hold on and let them understand and let them know how important they are to what we're trying to build.
Do you anticipate making any changes this week? Who's going to call offensive plays this week?
Yeah, we're going to keep it consistent. Yeah, we're going to keep it how we've done it. The thing about this week is from a structural standpoint, from a schematic standpoint, the more we can keep it the same and figure out what we've done well over the past couple of weeks and stick to that, less change from that standpoint for the kids is better. Our goal on Saturday, man, is to get these kids re-energized, to get these kids fresh, and to get these kids to be the most excited to play. If we do that, regardless of the schematics, our kids are going to have a chance to go out and compete. And I know that with what I'm doing and how I played and how I'm coaching, I know that my kids will feel that. I know our team will feel that. I know my staff will feel that. And for 1 week, we're going to lock in. We're going to put our hand in the pile, and we're going to go at it.
And I know it's still a little unclear on the offensive play calling. It's kind of a group process. Would that be correct?
Yeah, it's coming out of Coach Dennis's call into place. Okay, and we that has been the case for a couple of weeks now. We've done I feel a great job from a game planning standpoint. Me putting the pass game together, but it's been a collective effort throughout the week. And just like every school, we talk on the sidelines and we figure out what we need to get to next drive. But I feel Coach Dennis has done a tremendous job the last couple of weeks. We've stalled out on some drives last week. We didn't finish well in the red zone, but outside of that, our kids have fought. They've responded, and that's kind of been the script for the last couple of weeks offensively.
And talk about your young receiver group, obviously being in charge of the receivers. What are you most pleased about with their development this year?
Just that, their development, their growth. I mean, I have asked a lot of my room. I have, and just in terms of the terminology, in terms of the knowledge that you have to play with, and these kids have showed up. And I kid you not, man, they have showed up every day with a professional mindset, because I didn't allow anything else. And they've had some bad practice, but just like every kid. But I've been excited for just that, their growth. They have gotten better week after week. You guys see how Joe is playing right now. Joe wasn't playing like this early in the season, and that's a testament to how hard he has worked, the preparation that he has put in. I brought in five freshmen myself, 5 high school kids, and all of them had to learn the ins and outs of playing Division I college football. It's not just high school. You don't just show up on Fridays anymore. There's work that comes with it, and all of them are at a different stage right now in their development process. But I've been really pleased with how each of them has grown in their collective space, and I'm excited for the future of all of those individuals.
Was there a moment in your mind that it clicked for Joe when you're like, all right, kid's got it now?
I don't know if there was a moment. I gradually saw him, and you guys don't get to see the week to week of it, but I gradually saw him growing up and maturing in the meeting rooms, and I look at their notes throughout the week and see what they're doing, and just his attention to details on some of the things, how much tape he's watching. I gradually saw that, and I think on the field his confidence just started to grow. He started making some plays. And you could really just see the natural athlete come out of him. He really still doesn't know how good he can be. He's very much just scratching the surface of his potential, and I think he understands that. But the sky really is the limit for him. I'm very fortunate that I get to coach him, because one, I love the person that he is. I think he's a fantastic kid. He's very much well liked and very, very fun to be around. But it was more of a gradual just progression for him in terms of how much he was getting better. And then obviously you guys saw the ECU game when it just seemed like everything was clicking for him. But very excited about what he's going to bring and continually bring for this program.
You have the experience from a player's perspective, but what's senior day like from a coach's perspective now for you?
Yeah, well, I will tell you, there's about a 100% chance that I tear up a little bit when I have to hug Cam Benjamin and his parents. It's a little bit different. I remember my senior day as a player at Carolina, and it was really surreal from the fact that it just happened so fast. The days go by slow, but the years go by fast. And as a coach now, you're seeing these kids grow up in front of you. And even though Cam was an older individual when I got here, I've been able to see him go from just kind of former walk-on, kind of just a piece, to really the whole puzzle of what we're trying to do and who we want to stand for as a program. And so I know that part will be emotional for me. Really, looking forward to sending these seniors out the way that they deserve to go out, because this is a great group of young men, and this is a group that has really persevered and endured. They have met every challenge that they have been faced this year head on. They did not seek comfort, as my old Coach Tomlin would say. They looked internally a lot of the times where they could get better, where they could be better, and we owe it to them as a staff to give them the best possible chance to finish the way they deserve on Saturday.
TJ?
I know interim's in front of it, but at 30 years old, did you envision yourself being a head coach of a program?
Man, everything I've ever done in life, I overdo, man. So I've never put limits on what I can accomplish. My whole life growing up, I'm a 5'8" white dude from Charleston, West Virginia. My whole life, people told me I'd never make it. I'd always go to those camps, and they'd always talk about, well, the only point so and so go to the league, and I always used to think in my head, well, he ain't talking to me, So I've never put boundaries on what I think I can accomplish. The only thing I've ever tried to do is give everything that I have to what I'm doing. I have found that has carried over in my personal life. I found that it's carried over outside of football. And so did I think it would go the way that it has? No. But does it surprise me? No.
How would you say, I know it's only been a day, how would you say the guys have kind of rallied around this change?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better meeting yesterday. I couldn't have asked for a better bonus Monday practice than what we had today. I think there is a great energy about the guys, and I think I think they're singularly focused on what we're trying to get done. I think they've bought into my plan. I think they've bought in knowing that I have their back. And that I'm going to do everything possible to keep them fresh this week, to get them as prepared as possible to win on Saturday. So it's been a great, it's been a day and a half, but really enjoyed it so far. Their effort's been great. We got a great challenge ahead of us this week. Records aside, this is a team that's played really well the last 2 weeks. You're talking about a team that lost in overtime to Temple. They played a hot and cold Charlotte team really well. So we've got a great challenge, and I think they understand that. And the more we can keep their focus on the challenge that's at head, I think the better we'll be.
Is there anybody from your past that you might contact this week leading up to first game as head coach?
Yeah, I had a few people reach out. Yeah, I mean, it was great to see the support yesterday. A bunch of my former teammates who are still playing, a couple former GMs and some former coaches. It's been a great show of support, and really for me, it was just kind of a validation that I was going about, how I was living the right way, treating people the right way, and creating those relationships. So was very thankful for that. I think the best thing about why I was prepared and ready for something like this is just because I've been a sponge my whole life, and have always listened. I've always tried to grow. I've never pretended that I know everything, even as a player. So, was grateful to see all the support and all the well wishes.
What does a win on otherwise what would be a disappointing season? What does a win on the last game of the year do for a program as we head toward a busy offseason?
Yeah, it's phenomenal, man. I mean, I was telling the guys the other day, just like in the National Football League, you're grasping at the end of the season, whether it went your way or not, you're grasping for something to carry some momentum into the offseason. And we plan on having our core back. Like, this is a young team who has so much in front of them. And a win on Saturday, man, for these guys gives them a little bit of extra, momentum going in the offseason. Ultimately, you still got to grind, you still got to train, whether you lose this game or not. But I fully believe, man, that not just with the young guys, but if we could just keep the focus on who we're trying to win this game for, and understand that, regardless of what has happened this season, it has not been unique to us and to the kids. These things happen. And I told them yesterday, we don't need to see ourselves as victims. We need to continue to push through and keep the focus and keep the main thing on Saturday.
Anything else, Tess? Yeah, one
more. Do you have a message to the fans in terms of the end of this season, going into the off season, going into the 2025 season?
Yeah, I would say that this program is under tremendous leadership I wholeheartedly trust Justin and Joe to get us where we need to be. It's unfortunate that we didn't win enough the last 2 years, and I know that frustration. Nobody wanted to win more than we did, certainly I. But I'm excited and very much hopeful about the future of this program with the leadership that we have in place. I know they'll do a great job in the coaching search, and I know that this will be a program moving forward that is respected, that wins games, and that competes ultimately for conference championships, and then who else knows. So very excited, very hopeful. Appreciate it, guys.